Hi. I am so happy to be live with you all. I had every intention of doing this earlier, but to say my health took a hit is a massive understatement. So, better late than never, and we have some big things to chat about. I want to check that I'm live in the right spot. We should be in the regular clear community. So, if you are here, holler. Let me know that you are here. We have some very exciting things to chat about. Hi, Janice. Hi, Sophia. So, some people that watch this video will be extremely familiar with me and my work and this crazy thing called karma clearing and why we do it and why it is so important. And some of you will be brand new to me, have no clue who I am or what on earth this is. And so my goal is to speak mainly to the second crew. But even those of you who have actually done this work with me or begun to do it together with me in the actual clear program, there's still like endless things we can learn about karma clearing. And I'm actually going, it's like really messy, but I'm going to share an actual chart of what clearing someone's karma looked like from an actual client who massively changed their wealth. So that, you can see that this is not just me. Oh, I just looked and it was 111. I love it. The angels are here. Not just me that has had success, but so many people I've worked with. And why? So I want to start by saying thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this group. However you found me, you probably, oh my God, my makeup, guys. You probably found me, pardon, because some part of you, hey Emma, some part of you either wanted to go farther on your healing journey or some part of you wanted to go farther on your financial journey. And how the heck do we up level these things? But really, they're all so tied together, and I do have the answers for you. So please stay for the entirety of the live, if at all possible you can. Girl, me too. Oh, I love that I can see all the comments in one place. That makes me super happy. I've also brought out two of my favorite tarot cards to do with wealth, the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, just to give us some juicy money vibes. Hi, Janice. Yes, happy Tuesday. Oh my God, can you believe that the money class masterclass is tomorrow? Because I can't believe it. Oh my God. So, first of all, who the heck am I? So, hello. I run Moonrising. Moonrising is a giant business. I have no idea when it became so giant, somewhere last year. And we specialize, or rather, I specialize in past life karma clearing. And there's just not a lot of information about this, in books or online because there's not a lot of people that do it. And also, out of the few people I know who do practice it, I don't know anybody else who has a complete business that, gives you actual like nurturing and care and, a complete database and also specializes in helping you with true like destiny and achieving destiny, and no one else that does it through sound. And with no offense to the other karma healers I do know, which are not many, no one else that has found exactly how to make it as potent as possible by who they work with from beyond to clear these things. So know that I take this job very seriously and I feel very honored to do it because the changes I've seen in people are immense. Oh my God! Hello, Sweden. Yeah, we're 10:35 here in London. I'm kind of always a night owl, so I tend to like that. But I try to pick times that work with people from all over the world. So anyway, I specialize in that, and yeah, for whatever crazy reason, it just happens to be that my gift is to see, hear, feel, know, because I'm also very psychic. Exactly what a. Please let me know if you're watching. I see we now have 10, so that's super exciting. Let me know that you're here because I really want to know who is here that has never spoken to me before as well, so that I can make sure that you have all the information you need. As a proper intro into saying, hello, I'm here and I want to help you and have the tools that you need. Um, hey, Erin. So, all to say that I have the ability to find what a person's resistance is in any area of their life, to specifically target it, find it from all timelines, and to release it or to clear it, because that is the chosen word, of course, from their aura so that it stops happening. So that is my job. I literally help you achieve your destiny, call in the love of your life, Call in the sisterhood and brotherhood of your life so that you can have exactly what you want by basically becoming your most authentic self, not from a surface level thing. There is nothing surface level about this work, but from a true, deep, soul level place of who the heck am I as a soul. And that's why our mini course was called Who Am I? And by the way, if you have not seen those replays, definitely check them out. I will drop the links there as well. Or Janice, if you happen to have them at the ready, can drop them, because that was an extremely successful free healing course. And it was just amazing to witness the amount of changes that people went through in 3 single days. So I have been doing this for some time now. My my background is that I started with doing Reiki and Reiki healing and being an attuned Reiki master, and it just completely evolved from there. I mean, I loved Reiki, but for me, I was always like, I feel like there's something deeper. I feel like there's something more. And indeed there was. And the more I cleared in my own personal trauma and things that nobody else, no healer, nobody could touch, the fact that I came from an abusive father and such a difficult background, no one could quite target this. No therapist, no healer, nobody had the answers for me. And then I found the answers and figured out this crazy thing called clearing karmic contracts, which I had no idea even existed. And I still, even though this is my job and what people pay me for repeatedly because it works, I still go into moments where I'm like, what the heck is this insane thing I'm experiencing? So what happened for me was I discovered through my own psychic visions, through things I would personally experience, different pieces of karma, which we're going to talk about, and karmic contracts, and what this was for me. So what is a karmic contract? That is a contract that you have unspoken, not literally written, like physically written down, but somewhere out there written, that you as a soul have with somebody else. And so I actually found my own karmic contract with my father, destroyed it, got into my power, and when I did that, the knowledge and ability to clear karma unlocked. And it really is that wild of what happened. That, honest to God, is the truth. It was like 5 a.m. and I was in Germany, and these, complete like wash over your body. Like when you ever feel like that complete rush from spirit, we're like, what is this feeling of knowledge came into my brain of, oh my God, karma. This is how you clear it. So what the hell do I mean by karma? I do not mean a person does good, they get good. A person does bad, they get bad. That's not what I mean. Hi, Anusha! Thanks, Janice. Oh my God, I love the crew here. Yes, let me know if you are watching. And even if you have already been doing this work with me and already are in clear, you might still learn something new about either myself or hopefully karma. And I'm so excited to share this chart. It is really, really cool. So, what do I mean by karma? I mean that every single person, whether you actually buy the fact or the idea, or whatever you want to call it, that past lives or other lifetimes exist, has gone through a ridiculous amount of different lifetimes with different circumstances, both that were super positive and also some that could have been super challenging. So by karma, I mean that what you experience in this lifetime directly echoes and comes from, and what you call into this lifetime, what you've experienced in different timelines. And the same holds true for what your family has experienced and ancestral karma. So if you happen to notice, I seem to have some issues in money or business, and my family, my uncle had a business that failed, there could very well and will be some kind of a tie there until that tie is released and given peace through karma clearing. So what else do I mean? I mean that, and we've been talking a lot about money, so I'm going to talk a bit about money and a bit about the healing end, because it's all related. To say that they're separate would be doing a disservice to you, because they're really not. And pardon, there will be some coughing that occurs because, as I said, I've been bouncing back to life. So anyway, let's say, because I just had people doing this in a video, which was very successful, which I'm super excited about, that someone sees themselves. No, let's backtrack. Someone has a business, they're an entrepreneur, but they have some piece of trouble calling in quite the amount of money they want. And that can be for any number of karmic reasons why. And it's from my job to literally dig and find them for you. You don't have to know. Don't worry, that's not your job. But for example, it could be as simple as an underlying identity of poverty, a primary identity of being impoverished. So what does that mean? That means that in a different timeline, someone experienced feeling, I am poor. And that stayed within their aura. And whether or not you've seen an aura or, felt, not that you can really feel an aura, it doesn't matter, but we can all accept, probably if you're here, you can probably accept that everything is energy and that we are energy and that there's energy around us every single day. But your aura holds so many important pieces to your puzzle in terms of what you call in with your financial life, your love life, how you feel about yourself, your fears, your beliefs. It literally is endless, which is why I'm obsessed with this work. So anyway, if this person has this identity of poverty in their aura, just as one example, no matter what they do, no matter how much money they happen to bring in, they're always going to have that wave of, I feel poor. And that I feel poor is going to attract what? More of being impoverished. So that is what we mean by karma clearing, that we can actually take that identity of poverty and completely lift it out of your aura so that it no longer exists. So what does that mean? It means that you stop feeling these certain things. It means that your fears, your beliefs, exactly, lack, oh my God, lack, the things I could say. Your fears, beliefs, perceptions, all of this about how you view yourself with money or anything really can completely shift when we clear the karma of it from all timelines. To take another example, we're going to talk about the idea of rejection, because this was something I had to majorly clear in my own life. And then we're also going to talk about what this looks like, because we like results, and oh my God, the results are nuts. If you haven't already seen, I'm a perfect example of the results of how successful this can be. I used to make less than $2,000 a single month and about $20,000 or less a year. And last month, I made over $30,000 in 1 month. And that's because, partially, but mostly, of what I specifically cleared. And I've seen that same success happen for so many clients, and there's a reason why. So let's talk about rejection. So I'll take my own story and then begin to talk about an actual client case of what happened with her finances and what we cleared and how it all connected. Because karma truly is a web. Thanks, Janice. Also, if you've not yet commented, please tell me if this is interesting to you. Tell me what you want to know. Ask me questions. Hit me. I love, love, love answering questions. I want to know what you're curious about. I want to know if this is brand new to you. And yeah, I want to know where the confusion lies. How can I best explain this to you? Because even practicing this, I still end up with questions. So I know that there's endless questions. Anyway, so rejection. Let's say, okay, so for me, I always used to have relationships where out of nowhere, my partner would be like, I'm done with you. And I'd be like, but it seemed amazing. But we were happy, right? We were happy. Like, how could you suddenly just fall off the planet and reject me? And this carried into all of the relationships once I finally gave my heart, once I finally was invested. I'm so glad, because I ramble and I have no clue if it's interesting to other people. I just hope it is. Thanks, girl. And so I had this huge pattern of, in karma terms, rejected bride. So when I'm looking for karmas, which by the way, we could rename it. It's also called a samskara. Or if you want to think more simply, we can call it an imprint. or a memory in your aura that is stuck there until I come in and I'm like, hey girl, let's move this. Or guy. Let me read this question. My computer cut out, so I don't know if I missed you saying this, but what about blockages that exist in this lifetime? Does this work with those? Yes, 100%. Because you probably are not going to have, like, I mean, this did happen to me once, but unless you had a psychic, you know, unless you had a dream where you were like, oh my God, this thing happened to me in a past life, or unless you had a psychic read it for you, you're not going to know, of course, the past lifetime things. So you take in what's happening with you and your blockages in this lifetime, and then from there, I find the karmas for you. So that's a great question, and I'm very glad you asked that. So thank you for asking that, Emma. Emma's a crystal healer, you guys. We have so many healers in this crew. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, God, where did I leave off? Oh, rejection. So I was invoking rejection by accident in all of my relationships, whether I meant to or, I mean, obviously I didn't mean to. And so again, I carried this rejected bride karma. You're welcome. And we look for labels, as I said. It could, even if it's a guy, it could be rejected groom. Or it can look different. It can be rejected child. It can be any role. Name, role. And that's partially how you find it. I know so many people have this. Always, yes. Oh my God, yes. And literally, okay, that's a better way to think of karma. Something that repeats and repeats and repeats. And it's like this, it's like you're dating the same person, but they have a different name. And you're like, but haven't I gone through this lesson? If you haven't conquered the lesson yet, then babe, it is your karma. It is not your fault. It is not something to blame yourself for. It is not something to go, why not me? Why can't I be successful? Why can't I have love? No, 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 no. Take like 10 steps back, ground and drink some tea or maybe some wine, maybe some scotch. I don't judge. I love me a scotch. Love it. And it's your karma, not you. So, rejection. So I constantly had this in my relationships until I got the karma of rejected bride released. So I would love to tell you it's as simple as find that one karma and pluck it out. It's not. If it did, my time with clients would be far shorter. Instead, it is let's find that karma and all the things it connects to as a web. And when you find all of them and clear all of them, what happens? It stops. It goes. You stop fearing rejection because you no longer feel rejected. And guess what happens? Have I ever had a guy since suddenly leave since? No. No, I haven't. And same thing for failed self-provider. If anyone's going, but girl, how did you change your income so vastly? We are going to talk about this at length tomorrow in the masterclass, and I couldn't be more excited. So if you're not already signed up for the masterclass, get your booty in there now. There's no reason not to be there. It's literally $33. And you're going to leave there with actual value. And hopefully you're getting value even from this, and this is free. So definitely, definitely join the masterclass. The link is in the description. So one of the many things I did to uplevel my income was clearing the vibration of failed self-provider and everything that connected to failed self-provider. And then what happened? I started to like providing for myself because what I discovered was I actually wanted somebody else to give me money. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm literally not kidding. I wanted other people. I wanted to be donor dependent. I wanted financial gifts. I didn't want to make money. The idea of making money, even though I wasn't aware of this. So to answer back to Emma's question, you might have no idea what's causing the fuckery in what it is that you want to shift, but you don't need to know. Again, that's for me to psychically find for you. That's what I do. But I had no clue until I unearthed it that I literally did not want to make money. So once I moved that and all the things that came with it, because again, it's a web, it's never just one. That is when my income first started to shift. And when I went up to almost 8,000 in a month, which at that time was huge. And I remember being like, wait a second, I can make money. Like someone call 911. I can, because I literally, if you had asked me years ago about making money, I would have been like, I'm cursed in that department. I have no ability. My mom didn't teach me. I mean, I grew up in poverty for many stages of my life, but now live in $1 million house in Notting Hill and make 30,000 a month and growing. If I can do it, you can do it. And another thing, not a single thing of this is ever said to brag. It is said to empower you. If I can do it, you can do it too. You can do anything. And it was only like 2018 when I was like, but how do people work for themselves and make lots of money? So you will learn how tomorrow in the masterclass. So again, get your booty in the masterclass. So I really want to talk about this chart because it's juicy. So let's go in. And then I'll maybe stop yapping. But I'm having fun sharing this with you. And hopefully you're having fun learning. So my handwriting is messy. So just follow along best as you can. Healing and money tied together. Also your feelings about yourself tied together. Also your feelings about how you receive love tied together. And again, your biggest clue is your life right now. Your biggest clue is going, what things have repeated over and over and over? What roadblocks do I have? Where do I feel like I'm thriving in life? And where do I feel like I could use more? That tells you where to go. Literally, the first thing I ask people when they do sessions with me is, where do you have resistance in your life? Erin says, I think I need that one cleared. Well, Erin is in the Clear program, so believe me, we will, because we have so much that we are clearing together. And actually, the first class is on Thursday. And by the way, it is not too late for any of you to join Clear, which we will talk about as the time goes on, because literally when I say that is the best thing I've ever made and will change your life. And I'm not saying that from a, like an empty place. It honestly will change your life. And I know that. It's worth every penny, truly. So this is a client who made a shit ton of money. This is a client who actually makes far more money than I do now and is killing it. And when I worked with her and when I was clearing her karma, what's happening? I have a scarcity karma, I think, because I always think of saving and find and buy what is cheapest and all the time. Would that all go away after the karma clearings in a group? Or are there many aspects? I mean, there's always many aspects of it. Will at least a lot of it go away? Heck yes. Can I say and tell you that the whole thing will go away and that will be, quote, guaranteed with a check mark? I can't do that. But I can tell you, hi, Star! I can tell you after that many classes together and after having the personal part of it addressed, the custom class, I would be pretty darn shocked if you were still having that same kind of lack. But that means that for you, and it's so good you asked this, you want to tell me that piece of information again when we get to the money class and when we get to the custom class. So that is something that we want to make sure truly, truly, truly is addressed. But yeah, can I put an absolute guarantee on it? No, that would be unfair. But can I say it's very, very, very likely that it will be gone? Yes, because I've had so many clients have ridiculous success, and that's literally why you're there, is so that you can have the same success, but your version of success and wherever that is for you in your soul journey at the time of that. So please remind me of that once we get to there, because I'm sure you're not the only one with that. And also, as you already know, because Anusha did the Who Am I mini course, when one person gets a karma cleared, everybody feels it. Everybody gets it cleared. And that's one of the things that's like so insanely cool about doing this as a group. And by the way, a long time ago, I was lied to and told that you can't clear karma as a group. And that's bullshit. I have proven that time and time again you can. And so, thank you. I remember actually taking that issue to someone that I knew that practiced this, and they said, that's not possible. And I said, but watch me. And then I did it for their class, and they were like, oh. And then someone else in the class was like, oh my God, Emily, if you can really do this with people, you're going to change humanity and help humanity. And I was like, yes, I am. And so all of you are reaping that benefit because I'm a determined human, and here we are clearing karma as a group. When one person gets a karma cleared, every single person that leans in gets it cleared too. It is so cool. It is so cool. Yes, definitely tell me for the money class. And I think the custom one is earlier, so you could even mention it there. So, anyway, there are some karmas that are large, like our root karma, as I call them. And then there's some that are a little bit smaller, like different aspects of it, as I call it. So, like a fear, a belief, an identity, or failed blah, 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 or primary expectation of blah, 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 blah. And it's important to get all angles of it as best as we can. It's almost like, okay, I've never given this analogy, but I'm going to do it. It's almost like, okay, pardon, if this is triggering for anybody, I'm really deeply sorry, but this is the image that came to my mind. Clearing, like let's say you're, a surgeon and you're working on someone who has like a tumor or a cancer. You want to get all of it so it doesn't, Anyway, that's all I will say on a medical point, because this is not medical. So, she had really intense orphan karma. How do you know if you have orphan karma? So like I had orphan karma. I had both parents were technically alive, but I felt very not close to one because he was not so kind. And the other one I didn't feel quite so supported. And so I had orphan karma, and I had specifically dependency orphan karma. I would rely on my mother to save my ass when things were wrong financially. I've come a long way, obviously. But at the time, that was my truth. And so I also had orphan karma. But orphan karma is a big root karma that I see with a lot of people, and it affects your money, and it affects how long your loving relationships are. It's one of those like affects a bunch at once ones that if you have it, you're like, let's make this go away. And it's also one that can affect how well you make things happen in your life, like achieve destiny, blah, blah, blah. So it touches a lot. So orphan karma, both connected to a whole lot financially, and I know you can't see it, so I'll say it, don't worry. But it also connected to a lot to do with her relationships, which again connects to money. So first let's talk about the money part. Primary defense of needing a financial provider, failed fortune protector. So for all my friends and all the people in Clear that are like, but I get money and then I get a bill and it goes, I'm looking at you. Primary fear of being unworthy of wealth. That is a huge one that I had to address in me. Because let me tell you, making financial shifts is fucking scary if you've never had money before, and you gotta clear the things that get in your way. Failed financial identity. You would never normally think to look at that, but it was there. Fear and expectation of being alone. Okay, that's more of like, not directly money, but not trusting others, not trusting the self. Failed wealth protector. The unworthiness is so me. Can I just tell you how fucking important it is to clear things around unworthiness if you're having any issues with money? It's crucial, because that's going to also tie into like how you charge, if you can keep money, it's so big. I can't even tell you, like so big. So that's some of the money end. Orphan also tied to loss of stability. Oh my God, I hate when my computer does this, when it suddenly goes all dark. And I'm like, no, I gotta see. Oh yeah, and also, this chart, this may seem like a lot. It wasn't even one session. This would be like a quarter of one session. Maybe a sixth. Endless karmas were cleared for this woman, and in any one-on-one session, and for those of you about to do clear, in all of the groups. We clear so many in one class, and then you do more in the next class, and more in the next class, and more in the next class, and that's why by the end you're like, whoa, those same things that were an issue for me like 2 months ago are no longer an issue, and then we're happy. So, failed self-provider, failed financial obligation fulfiller. Oh, like, for real though, I love this. If you can't tell, like, I love this. Failed financial obligation fulfiller. If you've ever been someone that like takes on a financial obligation or something and has trouble fulfilling it, you know, when like the bills come and you're like, but how? Karma. Okay, orphan tie, and so here's where it gets a bit more about like the personal story and unworthiness and blah 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 blah. Loss of stability. If you're not feeling stable as a whole, how do you think your money is going to be? If you don't feel stable within your body, within your home, truly within your core and your root chakra, how do you think your money is going to be? So if you find that your finances are uneven, then please consider this work. Simona says, today I attracted again a situation that made me feel like Bill Murray. Okay, so that's probably a karma sign. I might have stamped on my forehead saying, don't pay me. Well, you don't. So then we gotta find what's underneath the don't pay me. Is it that you're afraid to receive money? Is it that accepting currency feels uncomfortable? I'm not even done with this chart, but I just want to like answer Simona for a hot sec. The amount of healers I meet that tell me that they're uncomfortable receiving money, and like to such an extreme that I've actually had shock, to such an extreme where passing even $10 makes them go, ugh! There's a reason why the Money Masterclass isn't free. It actually helps you to pass money. It helps you to pay, and it helps you to receive. Because every single time I buy something, whether it is a delivery order that's $10 or my business coach that was like $5,000 that I paid in March for scaling my business, every single time I give thanks. I didn't know I was going to coach. Here I am. I'm coaching. Damn it. Every time I give thanks. Just like every time a client pays me, every time, I thank you. Every single time I'm like, thank you, blank, for X amount. You have to respect that vibration, folks. And so there's a reason that the Money Masterclass isn't free. I actually had someone asking, because they do a bunch of other stuff, if they could have it comped, and I felt no. So it's cheap on purpose, or I don't even like the word cheap. It's cost effective at $33 for a reason, because I want it to be a no-brainer, that it's easy to enter, but it costs something on purpose. So back to what Simona said, there are many healers and service providers who do incredible good with the world that go, shit, I can't accept money because that makes me help, how do I explain this? That somebody out there is missing out because what if they don't have money? And that kind, beautiful intention actually stops you dead there from receiving money because you feel that there's some kind of limit, like a faucet on money. There is no limit. There is no limit, guys. There's no limit on money. Super hope I have water. Nope. No limit on abundance. There's enough to go around, always. So that is a tiny answer to Simona's question. But if you have something saying don't pay me, it can be about worthiness, receiving. It could be, I'm going to grab my water part in because I want to be able to breathe. Ah! It could be, what is it? Failed compensation. No. There's a very specific karma to do with prices and your prices. What is it? Oh, failed competition mediator. Weird, I know. Pardon. Literally coming back from the dead. So that means, Simona, we definitely have some major... Was it you who I said... One of you in Clear, I mentioned something about the left side of the heart and left heart chakra to do with receiving. It may have been you. If you have blocks to do with receiving and on the feminine end, that's also saying, quote, don't pay me, and can be shifted. So we will. So anyway, back to this chart. So we have like the practical money end, right? And then on this end, it's not going to sound practical or about money, but it still is important. So orphan also tied to unnurtured child, unwanted child. Does that make sense? So, orphan tied to feeling unwanted and being, oh my god, my hair, unnurtured. So, that is super important because if someone deep down is having, inner wounds about that as a child, then they're not going to feel as worthy of receiving, having, holding, and growing money. See how it all ties together? Then that's tied into her unstable relationships. And that tied into a loss of tribe. And also seeing this woman evolve, I won't say her name, but seeing her evolve has been the coolest thing. Because now she has like this huge sisterhood. She's killing it in her business, making, as I said, like even way more than my months have ever touched financially. And literally, when we started clearing her karma, we saw her double her income in 1 month, and it never stopped growing from there. But the reason I share this is to say that this single, origin of orphan, but it could have been something else. It could have been the failed financial provider. It could have been the death in childbirth karma, which is another big sticky one for people. Ties to both personal parts that are important to clear and things that are more practical and easy to recognize financially. So what happens when you clear things like unnurtured child, unwanted child? You begin to feel more in your power because you feel nurtured, because you feel wanted, because you no longer carry that old wound. And when you pair that with clearing things like failed fortune protector and defense of needing a financial provider, suddenly you're feeling safer in the body to attract, have, and hold and grow. What do you think? Money. So it's insane how this works. So when we're clearing it with clients, whether in a group or a single session, it doesn't matter, we're basically focusing on one, it's so hard to do it this way, one part of the web. And when you clear one part of the web, it falls. When I cleared like the unstable relationships, unnurtured child part of it, that part stopped. And then we focus on the next part. So ultimately the goal is that this whole thing is gone. So, Anusha, I wanted to know, how do you do the karma clearings? Do you see the karmas when you look at the person? I wish. It's not exactly how it works. Or is it when you say the phrases that resonates with the person? I'm just wondering, in which state do we need to be in when you're doing the karma clearing? How do we lean into the clearing? It's so much more simple than you could even think. The only thing you have to do is just literally listen and receive and have your energy be open. There's a lot of times in Who Am I? And hi Reggie, I see you. I will absolutely answer that in a second. There's a lot of times in the Who Am I that you probably heard me say how to breathe. Like inhale, exhale, blah, blah, blah. Or open your energy like French doors. That is helping me connect to your energy to clear it. Because if somebody is blocking me, I will know because nothing will move. So to answer your question, okay, so I don't see it like that exactly, but I can feel it. I can literally feel it. So let's say I'm working on, let's say we're in a group class right now, and I'm working on Anusha, and I'm focusing on your energy, and we've been talking about failed self-provider. I'm going to literally feel where it is in your body map, and it's like my hands will stop. And then I'm going to ask for it to go, and I'm going to pull it out and be completely led, because whenever I'm doing these things, I'm channeling. You've seen. It's like this thing takes me over, and it's like I'm no longer there. And not this thing, guys, don't worry. Basically that spirit, benevolent spirit, God, angels, etc., take over, and they lead me to do it. And I will feel if it's left your system or if it's still lingering. And I will feel if, and just kind of know, it's completely with my senses, so I can't really see it, but I can feel it and see and hear it. That's another thing. I usually will get the word done, which is very helpful on if it's been successfully cleared. But if there's like another cord to do with it, then I'm going to get that information and I'm going to clear it that way. I want to see if I answered your question. How do I know? Well, sometimes it will pop in. Words will pop into my head, so psychic hearing. And sometimes it'll be a feeling, sometimes a knowing. It completely varies. But how do I know if it's cleared? I will feel when it goes. And that's also when I do group karma clearings, why I both clear as a group and do some work individually, because I want to make sure I'm getting really detailed on your aura. And also, it doesn't matter how big the group is. I love working on large groups. Love! It is fun. It is super fun. And to quote, I forget who, in 21 Days to Money, Abundance, and Wealth, when we ran that, when you had a massive karma clearing for a huge amount of people and felt that with everybody, it was like humongous. So Anusha, let me know if I properly answered you. I hope I did. But when you lean in, all you do is like focus. That's it. And you don't have to worry about if you're doing it right. I want to say that. Because if it's having trouble clearing, I will know and still feel it there and then go back and keep tweaking it until it's really gone. So, Reggie. Hi, Reggie. Reggie said, so looking forward to shifting all of these. I'm a healer myself. Awesome. I love working with other healers. It makes me happy. And always struggle with the money conversation at the end. I know I have generational stuff and worthiness stuff. You should totally be in clear, girl. Provider stuff, and the list goes on. I'm thankful for the protection my body is trying to provide. Ooh, yeah. That. By being at this vibration, but so ready to release, let go, and live at a higher vibration. Like, can I give you applause? Yes. That. You just nailed it. A lot of these things, and oh my God, I didn't even mean to talk for 42 minutes, but I'm having fun. You should see me when I'm clearing. It's like I never stop. That right there. Protection. Ever wonder why we have like that extra, like some of us have that like the extra 10 pounds we can't flip and get rid of that we don't need? Protection. Or why we end up in the same money spirals? Protection. So you're dead right. So it's great that you've said, I'm thankful for it. It's time for it to go. And that is your first clue that you're ready. That right there is your first clue. You're clearly, this is a perfect example of someone who is at the point where you're ready for something like the Money Masterclass and something like clear, because you are saying, I recognize it within myself and that I'm ready to see it buzz off because I'm ready for more. So yeah, we recognize and say thank you for all the protective services you've provided for me, Fear, but it's time to go kick rocks because I got bigger shit to do. And if you're a healer, if you are an entrepreneur of any kind, you got people to help. You have a job on this planet. And my job is to make it even more possible for you to thrive in, I'm so glad, good. Because again, I ramble. In what you do, Reggie, so that you, as a healer, can touch more and more and more people and completely fulfill your purpose, your purpose on this planet right now. So, Reggie, you are absolutely in the right space. I believe that you're in the Money Masterclass, but definitely look into clear, because it sounds to me like that is exactly what would make a humongous difference for you. So, yeah, and I'll just say, like, there's no reason to struggle anymore, guys. I know we've all been through stuff, and if you're tired of, quote, struggle, then it's time to say, I'm fucking ready, let's do more. I am not for you if you want to keep having things be hard and like to stay in the vibration of life is hard, things can't change, things can't get better. If that is a place where you like to stay, I'm not for you. And nothing here would be for you, because that's not what I stand for. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to help enable you to change your life, to free up whatever it is that needs to be freed. whether it is money or something to do with childhood or something to do with how you feel about yourself and your worthiness, whatever it may be. I'm here to help enable you to be completely free so that you can go do badass things. Duh. So, Reggie, I hope that makes sense, and thank you for commenting that. And yeah, so that's really all I have to say, folks. So please, 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 if you are not already, sign up for the Money Masterclass. It is tomorrow. So we're going to go completely into how I shifted my money story. And by that I mean the karmas too. And how I scaled so massively. And then we're going to actually clear karmas on the freaking call. So, like, spend the $33 and jump in. Like, again, no brainer. So, anyway. But also, like, I don't want to diminish if that's actually, because I do know for one of you in the conversation that was actually not possible right now. So I'm not trying to diminish that in any way. But if you are able to do $33, don't miss tomorrow. And last but not least, there are still prizes that can be won. There's details of that in this group. What is it? Oh, I believe there's an intuitive business coaching that I'm doing, because I'm really good at psychically finding what you need in your business. I've missed you too. I have literally, it was such a week. It was such a week of me catching up on sleep and rest because this crazy thing called Corona happened. But I don't distrust the universe's timing, and that's what I was supposed to go through. And finally, I'm on the other side and so happy to be back live and back doing the things and helping you all, because that brings me joy. So yeah, anyway, masterclass is tomorrow. Get the link, it's in the info. There's prizes to be won still until the 20th. So how do you get them? You participate. Believe me, I'm always watching who's commenting, always. And what else? The first official call for the Clear program is on Thursday. Me too. Me too. I mean, I still sound super nasal, but that's okay. I'm all right. Yeah, the first official call of Clear is on Thursday. And also to say, and again, it is not too late to join Clear. I have been feeling that there's still like 30 to 50 of you that want to sign up for it that haven't yet. That would be like really good for it. So if you are someone that, you know, loves supporting others and being supported yourself, if you are someone that is ready for actually finally having change in your life, and someone that's, you know, feeling like that time is now for your next up level, then oh my God, get in Clear. So I will also drop the link for what Clear looks like. Definitely the best program I've ever made, for sure. And Clear is basically like a 2-month summer karma clearing boot camp, and it doesn't get any better than that. You can read endless success stories. How did you get past the fear? Fear of what? Fear of what? That's my question. For me personally, I don't know if I ever had a lot of fear. I think that's always something that I had a bit of a leg up on, that I don't even know where that came from. I'm kind of just, the fear, Great question. Let me think into this. The fear of taking the leap to do better for yourself. You gotta get to the point where you feel like you're tired of what you've had. I'm serious. Getting to the point where you're like, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. If the way it's been has you frustrated, if the way it's been, then you need this work more than many. Because we clear fear. We literally can get fear out of your system. But what does that mean? I don't know what the internet's telling me right now. Too low FPS. I don't know what that means, guys. So if you lose me, I'm sorry. I hope that's not important. So I can help you clear all of the fears, right? But that first single fear of facing, will I sign up for something like fear? I'm sorry, oh my God. Will I sign up for something like clear? That you have to come to. So how do you get there? You decide that the way it's been, well, that right there, I'm exhausted, but I'm terrified. I'll just go backwards again. Well, one of the things we're doing in Clear, the program, so just to be clear, oh my God, this group is not the program. This is the free community that you get to learn about the program. Clear Live is the program, which is a program that you can purchase, just to make sure that there's a distinction. But one of the classes in it is self-sabotage, self-obstruction, getting in your own way. So it sounds like something like that, and getting that cleared from you would be very important for you, Emma. Very. And it's also, you know, it's funny, like I've never had a program where I've ever done clearings around self-sabotage, but I just felt very strongly that it had to be in this program, that it wouldn't be a complete program without it. So how do you get to the point where you're ready? You go, I'm sick and tired of being where I've been and not getting farther, or taking 5 steps back, or having the same repeat loop, or dating the same person, or having the same problem with my money, or having the same thing happen internally. When you're at that fuck it stage, and some part of you believes that change is possible and wants more, and is willing to trust somebody new to take you on this journey that so many clients have had success with, that's when you sign up for Clear. Oh, it's gonna be intense, Anusha. There's some of the classes where I'm like, oh boy, I hope you guys are ready. The self-sabotage one is gonna be damn intense, and I'm ready. Let's go. I'm like a fighter. But it's such a great question, because that single, like, okay, so my crew here that's already purchased Clear truly begins the moment that you pay for it, because that's the moment that you tell yourself, I'm doing this. Am I right? For those that have already joined Clear and are already in the group, would you say that that is true? The second you actually personally decide, I'm doing this, and press the pay now button, is when the journey shifts. That's when you start to go, oh boy, oh God, I'm believing in change. Ooh, I'm gonna face my innermost stuff. But I don't have to do it alone. I don't have to do it alone. And you don't, so don't do it alone. I'm still rambling, whoops. I so wish that I had had someone like me to take me from start to finish back in 2017. And instead, I had like a small amount of healing with one person and a tiny bit of guidance here, but so much of it I had to learn the hard way. And my spiritual awakening was terrifying to go through the parts that, well, I didn't go completely through it alone, but I could have used a mentor for the whole ride, and I didn't have one. But you don't have to do that. You've got me. And you've got what Moon Rising has. And that's the whole fucking reason I made Moon Rising, is so that as many people as possible can work on themselves and end these things once and for all, and so that you can help other people end it, and they end it, and they end it, and we pass good habits and confidence and success, because that's the whole fucking point. Like, no more spreading wounds. I am against that. So, will you be running it again next year? Well, all of you that know Moon Rising really well can attest to this. I have never run something twice. Ever. And I've been running Moon Rising since mid-2018, officially 2019. So the answer is no, I will not. Also, I can tell you that Moon Rising is going more and more not live, and more towards courses, pre-made courses, which are also mega powerful. But if you have a moment of catching something live, you would be, said with love, wildly, I won't say it, but it would be a big shame to miss it, because I'm just not doing it for very much longer. And very likely to be the last live program because I'm just not doing it for very much longer because my schedule is, I got a lot of stuff going on. That's the honest truth. And there's only so much energy I can spend live. And that's also why I've been making things that you can do again without me being live, which are just as effective, which is wild. Just wild. But yeah, if you have a chance to take this, which you do until the 20th, find a way. Find a way. It is not to be missed. Find a way. And also, if you happen to join before Thursday, you can also get the very first class too. So, yeah, I've never run something twice. And the reason is what I want to do always changes and always shifts, and I'm always growing and always changing. So, like, for example, like Clear was like the giant upgrade of Healing Collective, but I'm never going to run Healing Collective like how I ran it before because I'm not the same person. I'm not. I wish I could do it, but the nearly 5K debt that needs paying has to come first, unfortunately. And those are the moments where I feel very crushed for people. Truly, I do. Because things like this help you get rid of debt. So it is far from me to tell a person what to do or how to handle that. I can't do that. I just can't. But I can tell you that there's payment plans and that I have every desire for people to be able to successfully do this. And if you see that you can't find a payment plan that works for you and you're stuck, just DM me. All of the people that work with me can tell you I'm a very reasonable person and I care that the right people are in it. I hate to see people miss things. So let's get out of the stages of I can't have this because this is happening and into the stage of how can I have this? Because that's how you have change. So I hope that that helps you because many other people have been in that position and gone, I can't, and then found a way. You just have to open a conversation with me. I'm a very reasonable person. So open a chat. Once my vacation's over, I can finally catch them live. That's the reason I joined. I didn't want to miss the live. And the last custom class to have one-on-one with you. Yeah, it's really not to be missed. So I will leave, if anyone has any other advice for someone like Emma who really could use this program, how you made it happen or how you got to the conclusion of deciding to do it, then I will leave that advice to other fellow clients who were in a similar boat to you. Because again, I've said what I can say. Thank you. And that's true. I'm like, there are so many coaches out there and business coaches and healers that, you know, just care about the money. I can't do it for free, obviously, but I genuinely give a shit about every single person that passes into my sphere. So just message me. And if it's something that you want, we will figure it out. And don't miss chances that can change your life. Because something like Clear, you're going to be in a very different circumstance 2 months, 6 months from now. And also the people in Clear, like, it's a badass crew. We got the most amazing crew in there. Oh my God. What Aaron said, I just put it on my credit card and let the universe handle it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like saying like let's rack up more debt. That's not what I'm saying. But I can tell you that if I had not made certain decisions back in the day that were very uncomfortable to make financially, and certain investments back in the day, we would not even be here because I would have never unlocked the healer in me. I would have never moved abroad. I would have never made 6 figures in 2020. I would have never made 30K had I not taken the right risks, not the wrong risks, but the right risks. So if you're feeling the pull, whether you see this now or on replay, and you're like, how the hell do I afford this? Just message me. That's all. Anyway, I hope I see you all at the Money Masterclass tomorrow. I'm freaking excited. Let's get up leveled as heck. I'm super pumped. And yeah, let me know if there's any other questions. Kenny said, oh, that's so true. You just have to begin, really. You just have to begin the karma clearing process, and then it just gets easier. It just gets easier because more obstacles get out of your way. And that's the whole thing, is we're clearing obstacles as much as we possibly can. So hopefully my regulars feel like they learned something today. Hopefully, those that are in clear are even more jazzed up. Hopefully, those that are curious, like Emma, feel like they've had support in this conversation and, are not shy about DMing me because I don't bite. And hopefully, everyone's joining the Money Masterclass. Okay, I've literally talked on an hour, so I'm finally gonna stop. But this has been fun, and I will see you all tomorrow for the Clear the Path to Money Masterclass. Ah, I'm excited. So, anyway, I will see you all for that. Mwah. Bye.